Welcome to the Life Endurance Podcast, where we study methods of unlocking your true potential and explore the greatest endurance race we all partake in, life. Self-development is difficult. You are constantly trying to change yourself with improvement, becoming a better person, getting in better shape, or building better relationships. If you're struggling with an aspect of improving yourself, today's topic will likely shed some light on the source of your struggle, but will likely make you a bit uncomfortable. Ego. Today's thought came to me as I was going to the gym to do a workout that's a bit different from my usual. So last year I ran an entire ultramarathon season, somewhere in the realm of 1,000 miles, most of which being in the mountains, in minimalist shoes. And after completing two 50-mile trail races, my knees were getting a little more beat up than I'm comfortable with, but also I was holding myself back on the downhills. Being on the bigger side for a runner, going downhill especially with no cushion under your feet is a lot of impact, and caused me to govern my speed more than you want when running downhill. Consider a trail race in the mountains. Sure, my average mile pace might be something like 13 minutes per mile on a big race, but when I'm climbing up the mountain, my pace could be in the 20s. And normally you make up the difference by taking advantage of the downhills, using gravity to greatly increase your pace. Later in one of the races, my knees were so tired, I was going downhill slower than I was on flat ground. Now I'm doing two things to help fix this. Number one, I bought some shoes with cushion, still lower profile than most, but a dramatic difference from my prior pairs. And two, I started doing leg workouts based on Ben Patrick's book, Knee Ability Zero. You may know him as the knees over toes guy online. And here's where ego comes into play. The exercises he recommends are very focused on our legs' weak points. Movements we don't normally do in everyday life to a notable extent or in normal workout routines. And when you first try these movements, even if you're a jacked bodybuilder, you probably can't do them with much more than your body weight. And even if you're an avid gym goer who can move some serious weight, it feels embarrassing. It feels like you're doing physical therapy to recover from a bad injury. I'll admit these kinds of thoughts go through my head when I do these kinds of exercises. But another reality is, I've never had strong legs in a practical sense. Sure, I can max out the machine on leg extensions or hamstring curls, go throw 7 plates on each side of the leg press machine and do some reps, but more functional movements like squats, lunges, jumping, pistol squats, frankly, I'm weak as hell compared to my body size. I know that in order to build stronger and more functional legs, I need to build up the smaller muscles that support them. And to do this, I need to suppress my ego. I need to be okay with doing bodyweight lunges and even be okay failing these bodyweight movements, because that's how you grow and build strength, through those failures. Even though these kinds of failures feel beneath me after consistently lifting for over a decade. So now I want you to reflect and remember this when you're struggling to improve on something. Not making progress on a hobby, not making new friends or connections, not getting faster or stronger, struggling with relationships. Is there something basic you need to revisit? Is the root of the problem something your ego is holding you back from executing? Do you need to go back and practice your scales on guitar? Do you need to slow down and practice your form on your golf swing? Do you need to stop talking as much and listen more to the people you socialize with? Do you need to do something nice for your partner rather than get frustrated about them not doing something for you? All too often, we get caught up with how fast life moves and lose sight of what we are in control of, and how the things we can control are really the root of the problem. So again, I'll end today's episode by asking you, where's your ego holding you back? And what are you going to do to fix it? Thank you for listening as I continue to build momentum in 2024 for the podcast, and I hope you too are building momentum towards a goal you have for this year If you gained something from this episode, all I ask is that you leave a review and maybe share your favorite episode. This only takes a minute of your time and will help me with my goal to improve others' lives and help them reach their goals. To learn more about my personal goals and ultra training, follow me on Instagram at TheEnduranceBeast. That wraps it up for today, everyone. Keep chasing those goals, and I look forward to sharing the next episode.